I am Dr. Harish Pathak. I am Dean Academics and Professor and Head Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. My elder brother, 3 years elder to me, first entered into medicine, and I was brought up in a campus which was of a medical college in a rural setup. So doctors and medical students used to be, that used to be the ideal profession. So maybe peer pressure was the reason why I entered into medicine. Well, after I entered into medical profession, it was my second year when my grandfather, who was a freedom fighter, he was killed, and it was a murder, and I went to my native village. And when I came back, one of the subject that we were going through was forensic medicine. So I started giving a lot of attention to that, and slowly and steadily I developed passion for it. And during my second year, I went to Bhopal, wherein I met Dr. Harish who was the founder director of the only medico legal institute, and he was a renowned forensic expert, medicine expert. So I was with him for 3 days, and then my professional journey and passion towards forensic medicine started. See, caregiving itself has a, you call it compassion fatigue, and caregivers also results into mental fatigue. And when you see a lot of misery around, you see deaths. If you're working in an ICU setup, I still remember the first death I saw in my internship in an ICU. And slowly and steadily you are not aware, but it works on your psychology, wherein you get sensitive, maybe irritable, and you require certain maybe counseling or professional help to remain psychologically normal and respond in a normal way, still compassionately every day, even if you come across cases which are otherwise brutal on your mental peace. To begin with, there is trust deficit between the patient and the doctors, which is bad. The doctors might see every patient who comes with multiple relatives could be a potential, threat to his safety and security. So we had to spend a lot of money in securing the hospital property as well as our doctors. That is one thing. Second, even we have started educating our medical students on art of communication, how to communicate. Many times we have seen that it is when they report death, suddenly there is violence. So how to report it, how to not to instigate violence, and wherever we see there is potential threat of relatives getting violent, we have to call the security in advance so that these things can be avoided. Second thing, I have seen not in medical colleges or the public hospital, but in private setups. Wherever patient is well insured, there is medical insurance, and question of raising the bill and asking for money doesn't arise. The incidence of violence is very less. So we have to train the medical doctors and their staff on communication skills, as well as we need to enhance the security of the hospitals, and ultimately whatever money spent on the system, the doctors are going to recover that from patient. So it could adversely affect the cost of treatment. In medical education, there is going to be transformative changes, I believe. First thing is, so far in medical education in India, through Medical Council of India or National Medical Commission, we always concentrated on process. How many teachers are there, how many classrooms are there, how many beds are there, how many equipments are there, vis-a-vis the number of students. But now, after the introduction of next exam, which is proposed maybe from next year, it will be the outcome which we are going to scan, wherein every medical graduate of the country, their final exam is going to be one, and that will be also considered as NEET PG and foreign graduate clearance. So that is going to transform the way we used to regulate the medical education. Second thing, now we are concentrating more on building the competencies. So practical aspect is getting much more thrust, much more focus rather than only theory lectures. So that is also going to change the way we assess medical students. So yes, and there is a lot of worry because billions of dollars are going from our country to other countries like Philippines, China, Ukraine, Russia. Their per capita income is much better than us, but still their medical education is cheaper. So we need to regulate the medical education in such a manner that they also are not prohibitively expensive for the Indians. So lot of changes I am expecting in next 5 years. As an administrator or as a forensic expert, there are multiple. One experience I can tell you during COVID that my department was responsible for the dead body management, and we used to get in like huge numbers every day. So there was one patient, 35-year-old, his name is there, his family's cell number is there, his wife's. He dies, and when we call his wife, she says that I am in Andheri, I am having 2 kids, I don't have means to come and see his face, I don't have means to come and do his funeral, kindly do it at your end. So that was the misery. So you can understand a North Indian lady with 2 kids, she could not come and see husband's face, and that was the condition during that time. That was as an administrator. As a forensic expert, there had been multiple. I still remember one case from Pune, wherein one boy is accused of killing his 2 daughters and wife. Wife died in an accident, and their wife's relatives complained that it was a murder. He was arrested, but after 7-8 months they could not find any evidence. We went to the crime scene at Pune rural area. We interacted with the so-called suspect accused. We examined all the injuries on the victim, and we concluded very conclusively, scientifically, that it was indeed an accident and not a murder. And that boy who used to work in an IT company was out of job. He said, please kill me, but don't accuse me. Now, the job of science is also to exonerate the innocent. So multiple such things have happened. Many cases we have done. So this was one of the cases. Success stories, there are multiple. And professionally, if you see, in my profession in forensic medicine, mostly being in GS Medical College, we get cases from other areas, other institutions, other rural areas where autopsies have been done. They have done investigation, doctors have done postmortem, but police find are not satisfactory. They come to us, we give second opinion or sometimes even third opinion. So for Mumbai's sake, I can tell you there was one case wherein jeweler was killed and his body was found somewhere in Panvel. Autopsy was already done, and the body was found in a very, very decomposed condition. And the opinion in Panvel was opinion is reserved, viscera is preserved for chemical analysis. Subsequently, Mumbai police could trace that body, and they got the autopsy note. Nowhere any injury was written. They could catch hold of the accused, who was the PA of a cabinet minister. He accepted that I banged his face on the floor of the car and we strangulated him. But there was no injuries in the autopsy note. And there was huge pressure on the police, because the media was hell-bent on saying that because cabinet minister's PA is involved, they are not investigating the case. They don't even know cause of death. Unless you know cause of death, how can you charge a person of murder? So that body was sent to us from there in a highly decomposed condition. We cleaned it. We put the entire body into CT scan, whole body, and we could find the nasal bone fracture as well as fracture in the hyoid bone in the neck, and with that we proved what was the cause of death. And police were relieved that, well, indeed we did our work properly. And the head office was full of media. The moment they were told that we know cause of death, everyone disappeared, because positive news doesn't make a noise. If there is a negative news, it makes a lot of noise. Follow the lifestyle which your grandfather used to follow. Simple steps. For the new generation, get up on time, sleep on time, regulate your sleep, and all our old ancient way of eating habits and lifestyle were very healthy. Now, going for junk food, exposure to drugs, as well as late night lifestyle, it is killing us. So if you see in developed countries, or rather I will come back to the COVID times, you know, the modern medicine had three things which made it the topmost medicine or branch of medicine. That was the invention of antibiotics, invention of anesthesia. Because of anesthesia, there is a lot of development in surgery and vaccines. All three failed against COVID-19, and everyone started about go back to your traditional way of lifestyle. So increase your immunity and no junk food, have a healthy lifestyle, because now the load of disease is more of a lifestyle disease rather than infective ones. So sticking to your old traditional habits will really help you. See, I work almost for 20 years, 25 years. Every day I used to go in mortuary and see dead bodies, where there are policemen who bring those papers. He has done night duty, so he is in a very depressed mood. There are on an average 5 to 10 relatives with every dead body in grief, and the mortuary servants who are helping us in conducting autopsy, they are also not in a very good mood or whatever. So remaining mentally serene and positive is not easy, was difficult. So I moved towards spirituality, and I think that has really helped me, because if I tell you that whenever any person went to Gautam Buddha to get his diksha, he used to say, go and work for 6 months in a smashan, so that you will know that the moment a person is born, ultimate truth is he is going to die. You don't know whether he will become a doctor, a media person, or engineer, or a minister. But one thing is certain, that he is going to die. That is the ultimate truth of life, which we want to avoid around us. We don't want to discuss death. We don't want to see death. But that's the ultimate truth. And being spiritually inclined has really helped me in liking my profession and have passion towards it. There was a quote from a gentleman from US, that nowadays we are not creating medical graduates to serve humanity. We are creating medical graduates to become the business associates of pharma companies. So have aim to heal maximum number of human beings. As I said earlier, your aim should be how many lives you are able to touch in a positive way in your whole lifetime, rather than how many cars you are going to have, how many flats you are going to have, and what is going to be your bank balance.